Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Jay Encarnacion, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are thrilled to have Jermaine Jamison, the founder of 3E LLC, Emerge, Evolve, and Excel. Jermaine is a certified career coach with a passion for diversity, equity, and inclusion, bringing a wealth of experience from global adventures, including his appearance on Sir Richard Branson's Rebel Billionaire. Based in Lenexa, Kansas, 3E, founded in 2019, is transforming how individuals and organizations succeed through career coaching, DEI training, and talent management. We'll be exploring his founding story, how 3E empowers clients to create inclusive workplaces, and his vision for scaling this mission-driven venture. So let's dive right in. Jermaine, welcome to Founders Future.
Thanks for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Appreciate having you on. So let's start at the very top here for our listeners, Jermaine. If you don't mind, take us back to the beginning. What specific problem in the career coaching or DEI landscape really inspired you to start 3E?
For me, it was really about my just love for people. And we all go through our days and our lives. Sometimes we have days that are fulfilling, and some days we have those days that are challenging. And for me, I wanted to serve as a springboard, if you will, to help others understand that we are all great at something and allow me to be a part of your journey to help you uncover and discover what makes you great. And oftentimes we are guilty of looking through the single lens of our existence, when in reality, I'm a huge believer that we live in a world that is a kaleidoscope. And so if you take a kaleidoscope and you give it a half rotation, what happens? It changes. You give it a full rotation, what happens? It changes. And so when I think about individuals and their career, it's really helping them understand that there's a constant recalibration that is needed. It's not that you have to start over, but sometimes you just have to recalibrate. And that's what really got me going into the career coaching. And then DEI, for me, it ties back to my personal story, if you will, of just having someone give me an opportunity and believe in me during a time when I was asking for help. So at the end of the day, it's all about humanity and the people aspect of it. And that's ultimately what powers my purpose.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So walk us through here, Jermaine, of how 3E's offerings have evolved since you started in 2019, from the services that you provide to who you serve. How's that changed thus far?
It's changed in that I'm very not intentional, but I'm very deliberate in my goal to meet people where they are. We all have unique lived experiences that show themselves every single day. So the evolution was to really just stay true to the human aspect of it. It's really understanding that people come to every moment they're in with things that I don't see, I can't hear, and I know nothing about. Yep. So I am very deliberate in my goal and purpose of just understanding what they need. And so the evolution has just been staying connected to the people that come to me for support.
I love that. And I would love to hear your opinion on this. Being that you've been in the space for a bit now, Jermaine, what's a misconception that you often hear about the DEI or career coaching industry, especially around its value to organizations or its scalability? What can you address for us on that front?
Wow, great one. So value was in the eye of the beholder, yes. Frankly. And for me, I always say, what you really have to understand DEI, if you will. And in reality, it's more of IED. And let me explain that. It's my professional opinion that diversity is legislated and mandated, whereas inclusion is a choice. So if you start with inclusion, you will ultimately identify and uncover the diversity. And I don't mean the primary spirits of race, gender, sex, ethnicity, just diversity of thought, diversity of communication, diversity of problem solving, diversity of lived experiences, all those things. And so for me, the value is just stressing the importance of just including people. Don't focus on leading with diversity, focus on including people, and the diversity of those individuals will ultimately be present. And then the career coaching, it's not career counseling, it is coaching. And I played football in college, and I understand the value of a position coach and a head coach. And sometimes while we are on our journey, we just need people to, whether you want to call it coaching, supporting, or mentor, we just need those people in our lives as we are on our journey. And so I think it's really about to each his own. Some people may not need a coach. I've needed coaches. I've needed mentors. I've needed people to say, hey, Jermaine, I believe in you. So tell me what I can do to support you. And that's really how I approach it. It's just an opportunity to help people understand that in terms of diversity, we're all different, but let's focus on allowing everyone to be present in the room and have a presence in the room to then understand all of the diverse things that each individual brings to the table.
I love that. I love it. So I would love to get into the nuts and bolts for our listeners here, especially because some of our listeners may end up coming to you and being clients of yours, Jermaine. So walk us through how 3E is generating revenue today, as far as the core offer. Now you have the DEI training programs, the career coaching sessions, the talent management consulting. How is it structured for your clients when they come to you?
So we're structured where there's nothing out of the box. I always tell individuals and organizations, you know what you need far better than I know what you need. So tell me where you are today and where you desire to be tomorrow, 6 months, and a year down the line. Because I believe that to really add value and support, you have to understand. And I talk a lot about progress, right? A lot of times people think progress is whole numbers going from 9 to 10, 10 to 11. But in reality, progress is also going from 9 to 9.1. So I sit back and I just love to actively listen and give those that come to me for support and services to speak their truth, because their truth is what I need to understand, ultimately provide the type of services, support they need.
Amazing. And that's super powerful. What you just said right there is progress is not just a big leap. It's from 9 to 9.1. It's just the little things, the little steps to get you to your goal. I think that right there is incredible. And hopefully our listeners pick that piece of gold out to continue driving forward in their missions and what they're doing in their businesses. On that front, Jermaine, with how much passion and drive you have, I know you have multiple businesses. What are you seeing working best for acquisitions for 3E right now, for new clients coming in, whether that be referrals, ads, word of mouth, social media? What's working best for you?
Wow, another great question. So for me, it's just advocacy, right? I always say to people, not win every deal or every client or solve every problem. But for me, a win is to say, even though we didn't do business with Jermaine, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I will take that because, as the saying goes, good news travels, bad news travels. And I just want people to be an advocate for me as a human being first. And if they believe that I am someone that they can put their name behind or associate their brand with, I'm okay with that. And for me, again, it goes back to the human aspect of it. I'm a big believer in self advocacy, advocating for others, and having others advocate for you. It's because I believe that if you have to go out and sell somebody on the idea of something working, for me personally, I don't believe that's the way to go. I always tell people, I'm not here to sell you on anything. I'm here to present the facts as I understand them. And then I will give you the space and time to go and review the facts or even dispute the facts. But when you return the facts are still the facts. And I just try to keep it just as simple as that.
Incredible. So on that front, obviously referrals and word of mouth are working best for you. Many guests on the show that I have also take that route, but find that they have issues with predictability. Is that something that you're looking at as far as how you can continue to scale 3E, having a more predictable source to bring in new clients?
Yeah, predictability is good. And for me, it's really understanding that for example, I don't want to do business with everyone. It
Right.
doesn't make sense.
Right.
I want to ensure that anyone that allows me to be a part of their professional journey, personal journey, that they understand I am very thankful and grateful for that opportunity because they didn't have to return my phone call, my email, my text message, you name it. So for me, it is just ensuring that I'm doing enough of the proactive outreach, being present in the places where I know my presence is needed and will be felt. And I just roll with it that way.
Love it. I love it. So as far as the sales process then on that front, Jermaine, is this something that you're just a one-man show here? You're running everything from start to finish? Do you have a sales team, marketing? What is that process
Now
from the outside?
I'm what they call I'm what they call a one-man band.
The one-man band.
And I'm okay with that to some degree because I speak from a place of authenticity and passion and transparency. And I love when I have an opportunity to be in a room with someone and get to a yes or a no. I really try to avoid the hamster wheel of maybe that leads us to nowhere. And I always say, whether we do business together or not or become partners, that's always great. But if I see you out at the local grocery store, I'm going to wave to you. If I see you at the coffee shop, I'll buy you a coffee. If I see you at the parking lot of a youth sports game, I'm going to say hello. And I just believe in business in general. And it doesn't matter what the business is. I just want to make authentic human connections.
Mm.
Because if a person says, Jermaine, now is not the right time for your services, or I'm not interested, that's okay. But I want to position myself as the I know a guy. And you do that by treating people with respect, being honest, and looking at it as the glass is half full and not half empty. Like I tell my kids, we should all be in the business of please and thank yous.
Yes. Incredible. Jermaine, it's clear as day that the passion is here, right? You want to bring that level every single time you're with a client. So, what can you point to, especially with everything you have going on, running the show on your own? What's the biggest bottleneck to growth for you right now in 3E, whether that be quality lead generation, converting those leads, or delivering and fulfillment with just doing it on your own? What does that look like in your mind right now?
This may sound really crazy,
Yep.
but the biggest bottleneck is I have a hard time telling people no. And what I mean by that is if someone needs my help, I'm here to help because along my journey, I've had a lot of people help me. And sometimes that might take me off course just a tad, and then maybe a priority has shifted, maybe setting some boundaries, if you will, to where I may tell people, you know what, I will help you, but it can't be right now. And that's just me. I'm just a helper. I love people, but I do recognize that to really grow and scale and go to the next level, I have to do a better job of telling people, I'm not saying no. I just may have to I just may have to follow up with you next week.
Yeah. No, which makes sense. And I think having that gap in those guidelines is just going to continue to put you in a position to grow and scale, as you mentioned. So it's healthy to have kind of those boundaries there and know where your strengths are, where they lie, where you can really help the most, and have the most professional clients in your corner so you can help them grow and guide them there. Priority wise, Jermaine, talk to us a little bit about and paint us a picture of what you're seeing for 3E over the next 6 to 12 months, whether you have specific impact goals, revenue targets. So what are you really aiming for in the next 6 to 12 months?
So for me, I'm impact driven. And if I can be a part of one person in their heart of hearts, knowing that they are a better person after they've had a chance to speak with me or engage with me, that's a win. And with that will come more exposure, right? More brand advocacy, more advocacy for Jermaine. And so as I look at 6, 12 months from now, it is really about ensuring that my exposure continues to be out in front, because no one will do business with you if they don't know you exist. That's a fact. And so for me, it is to continue to put my brand in front of people. And then when I have those opportunities to stand alongside my brand, ensure that my presence is connected with my brand. And as a one-man band, if you will, specifically for 3E, it's a lot of being very mindful of my time. As the saying goes, time is a resource we can't recover, so we must protect it and not waste it. But I just try to every single day ask myself, okay, what am I going to do today to leave some sort of positive, lasting impact on at least one person I meet?
Incredible way and just outlook on how you're operating. Truly a pleasure to have you on the show, letting us in on your brain and how you look at things. It's just amazing. So truly grateful having you so far. Jermaine, I would love to get a little hypothetical here with,
Sure.
if we can bring a genie into the room, snap our fingers and provide you with unlimited resources right now, what are you implementing immediately into 3E's growth?
Unlimited?
Limited.
Now, might sound funny, but man, I'd love to have 3 or 4 of me, but only I could disperse them when I choose to disperse them. Gosh, that's a great question. I would say just more of those touch points in the areas where I know I can make an impact. I do a lot of different things. It's with universities, it's individuals, it's organizations, it's all over the map. And for me, as I mentioned earlier, I don't do anything out of the box. It is important that I understand how each person I engage will measure and define success in terms of the services I provide. Every organization, I'll ask for this to connect with everyone in the room. What needs to be delivered? How? Do you know why the people that will be present are in the room? Do they have to be in the room, or do they choose to be in the room? So for me, it's just really understanding or having a way to capture all the information I need to on the front end, so that I know, all right, the people know I'm coming, and they're going to feel in their heart that my message was built specifically for them. I take a lot of pride in making that connection. It doesn't matter if it's 2 people or 20,000.
Yeah.
It's important that they feel like I am speaking directly to them. And over the years, that's just been something that I focus on. Prior to 3E, I had a company back in the day that was called the Moral Entrepreneur. And my tagline there was one who models and teaches the principles of right behavior while assuming the risk of personal criticism. And it was that springboard that took me down that path. And it's also tied to my academic background. But I love people, man. I love understanding the why. I love asking, how can I help? I love sharing my journey and my story, because business connections are what they are. But I'm in the business of making human connections.
Incredible. Incredible. With that, I want to just go into a quick closing lightning round for our listeners here with you, Jermaine. Again, it's been an incredible episode so far. Truly insightful. Appreciate every bit of it. So my first question on the lightning round is, what's a tool or a resource that you're using right now? Maybe it's a coaching technique, a lesson from Rebel Billionaire, an AI tool, but what's been a game changer for 3E thus far?
Game changer for 3E is just embracing lived experiences and challenging other people to embrace lived experiences, to help them understand why they communicate the way they communicate, why they love the way they love, why they measure success the way they do, why they maybe don't have the level of patience they desire. And it's all tied back, to my opinion, in lived experiences. Some people are always used to having $10 in their pocket. And some people are used to having $2 in their pocket. People look at, you have 10 and I have 2. Or is it, or focus on the fact that you both have money in your pocket. And so it's just really trying to keep things simple, but leveraging the power of our lived experiences as a tool and a springboard for growth, and teaching us how to best engage others and create an environment where everyone feels whole.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible there. And just to finish this off here, what is a piece of advice, Jermaine? I know this is going to be a good one. What is something that you can offer to our listeners, other founders, entrepreneurs who are just starting out or in the middle of a business, but I want to hear something insightful here. I know you got it. What can you offer the listeners before we finish
Well,
up?
man, gosh, that is a great one because I have so many. But one that I always say is pressure is what you feel when you
Mm,
don't know what you're doing. Pressure is what you feel when you don't know what you're doing. So make sure that you are preparing yourself to have confidence in who you are and what you are doing. If you need help, ask for it. It's okay to make mistakes. Just make them at full speed. It's not about being right. It's about doing what's right and simply bet on yourself. And I did, and these are things every single day that I say to others and say to myself. I say the biggest
mhm.
thing is don't complain about what you don't have. Ask yourself why you don't have it. And it starts with the person you see when you look in the mirror. It's not about being perfect. It's just about every single day going from 9 to 9.1. Other people might be great at going from 9 to 10. Okay, great for them, but understand what success looks like to you and for you.
And just incredible all around. And with that, that is going to wrap up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. Jermaine, just thank you again. An incredible journey that you're on. Truly appreciate you coming on the show, sharing your insights with us today. I know you're going to continue to do incredible things, especially with the passion and the drive that you have. Truly an honor having you on the show. To our listeners, if you did enjoy this episode, which I know so many of you have, as did I, don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. You can also check out 3E at partner3e.com to learn more about their transformative coaching and DE&I services. And follow Jermaine on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/Jermaine Jamison1. For more resources and insights, visit closers.io, where we're dedicated to helping businesses accelerate their growth through trained appointment setters and world-class marketing systems. Until then, keep climbing, and we'll see you on the next one.